And good evening, everyone. Welcome to our monthly live Q&A sessions right here on our YouTube channel, Amazon Sellers Society. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crystal, and I'm the founder of Amazon Sellers Society, as well as our sister company, Sellers Society. Our companies have been operational on Amazon in the Middle East since the beginning, since 2019. And we help and support sellers just like you sell on Amazon in the Middle East. So I'm very excited to have this session with you tonight. Please let me know if you are attending live. Let me know, just type in the chat, hello, hi, and if you like, let me know as well where you are attending from. It's always very interesting to see the different countries. I know the majority of you are going to be based in the UAE. Let's kick things off. I'm looking at my phone because I did ask a few people just so that we can get started on our Instagram if they have any questions related to selling on Amazon. So allow me to get started with these questions while I wait for you who are attending live to start writing down your questions in the chat. As soon as I see a good question in the chat, I will simply put it on the screen and I will answer it. Feel free to ask any follow-up questions at any time. This is an open, to a certain extent, this is an open dialogue so that I can help and support you as much as possible. So let's get started with the first question. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see the questions, but here they are on Instagram. So I'm just going to read them to you, and I'll try to explain them to you as much as possible. I know I wish you would be able to see them on the screen, but apparently there's no connection. Anyhow, let's get started with a question from Adil. Adil has asked this question multiple times on Instagram, and I'm very happy to be able to answer his questions tonight. So if Adil is attending the live session, Adil, please let me know. So Adil is a seller in Egypt. Who here is interested in Amazon Egypt or is currently selling on Amazon Egypt? So Adil is saying he's a new seller, or he's a seller, sorry, on Amazon Egypt, not necessarily new, and he wants to get started in the UAE. Can you help me, please? I know the process is quite simple to get started selling on Amazon in the UAE, no matter where you are based. All you need to do is just to check the Amazon website to see if your country and where your business is originally registered, if that business is allowed to be the operational business of your business in the UAE. As an example, if I have a business in a certain country, let's say, and I use that business to sell on Amazon, I need to check first if that same country is approved in the UAE. For that reason, I would be, for example, Eric is from Mexico. Thank you, Eric. For example, Eric, Mexico is a country that is certainly allowed to operate on Amazon in the UAE. So what Eric can do is he can utilize his Mexico business, his Mexico LLC, and use that to open an account on Amazon UAE. Alternatively, of course, it's very preferable as well to register a business here in the UAE if you want. It's very simple. I'm sure most of you know it's a very fast process. It's totally done online, and it's not that expensive. And you can utilize that business to open an Amazon UAE account. So that would be the initial setup. Now, dependent on which type of business you would need to choose, you would either need to register for VAT and get a VAT number with your, for example, Adil with his Egyptian company, or Eric with his Mexican company, or you would do that with your UAE company. Now, for sellers that already sell in other platforms, the other option for you, the next option for you would be to do something known as BIL, or Build International Listings. So basically, all of your listings that are currently showing up on any of Amazon's platforms, you would then just migrate them and show them on Amazon in the UAE. The advantage of that would be that you would be able to take that listing with all of its reviews and show it on Amazon in the UAE. So that's my short answer. I hope that was helpful. It's a very simple process. I don't think you should be worried about it, and I don't think you should be thinking that it's more complicated than it is. It's just about, connecting the dots, but please make sure that you go for it, Adil, or anyone else that's thinking of starting on Amazon in the UAE. Another question, guys, keep them coming. Hi, Violet, who's watching us from the US. Hey, please keep your questions coming. I'm gonna answer them, I promise. So let's get started with a question from. Okay, so the username is MSJ19876. Do I need any license to start selling on Amazon UAE? So this is going to be a spoiler alert, because one of our most watched videos on the channel every single year, because we create one every single year. Can you guess what it is? The video is how to open an Amazon account on Amazon UAE and Saudi Arabia. This is like always one of our best performing videos and the most requested. And each and every year I create a new one and I update the information. So this question is going to spoil the video that's going to come out next week. But anyway, happy to answer it. Yes, unfortunately now things have changed for both the UAE and Saudi Arabia. You will need to have a business license for both countries in order to open a seller account. The business license, to go back to what we were talking with Adil's question, the business license does not need to be a UAE business license as long as it's a country that is accepted on the Amazon platforms, whether it be UAE or Saudi Arabia, for those of you that are asking. Another question that's linked to it from Sufyan 786000. What do these numbers mean, guys? So Sufyan, let us know if you're with us tonight. So Sufyan is saying, is the new e-trader license that costs, so for anyone that lives in the UAE, I'm sure you've probably heard about the e-trader DED license. Maybe you've heard about it. So that e-trader license costs just 1,070 AED. Is it applicable to start a business on Amazon, and do they accept it? Yes, it is applicable, and you can use it to sell on Amazon UAE. So I'll leave the Instagram questions aside for a second now that I have a lot of questions. And for anyone that has recently joined us, hello guys, let us know where you are watching us from. It's always interesting to see where you guys are from. Let's get started with the first questions. Let's put it up on the screen so all of you can read it, and then I'll try to answer it as briefly and as briefly, but with as much information as possible. If you have any follow-up questions to my answer, please feel free to write them, whether you ask the question or not. I would like to know if the exact process to send my product to Amazon warehouse. I guess I would like to know the exact process to send my product to Amazon warehouse. If I need to get any barcodes from Amazon and stick on each of my product, or is this done by Amazon employees? Great question. So the exact process, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to explain it to you, but let me break it down to you as much as possible. So the exact process is, whenever you want to send any product over to the Amazon warehouse, you need to create something known as a shipping plan, which is inside of your Amazon account. The shipping plan, the concept and idea of the shipping plan, by the way, Athira, we have a video about this on the channel, and it's a recent video. So look and scroll at our recent videos and find it. And I am back. So sorry for that, but thank you so much for everyone that stayed. As you know, technical errors only seem to happen when you are live. So thank you so much for everyone for bearing with me. I was seeing all of your comments actually because I was seeing that. So thank you so much. Let's go back and let's restart and get started. So for Athira's question, it's actually a three-step process, a three-part process. Step number one would be to create a shipping plan. In order to create a shipping plan, you just need to identify how you're going to be sending those products. So let's, for example, say you're going to be sending 100 units and you're dividing those into two separate boxes, 50 each. You need to provide that information into the system, and you need to know the dimensions as well as weight of each of those boxes, because you need to enter all of that into Amazon. Step number two would be to get the FNSKU. Those would be the barcodes that you're talking about. Just as a side note, Amazon will not be sticking or pasting anything for you. This is primarily a fulfillment center, the Amazon warehouse. So you just need to send the products ready to go and ready to be sent to the customer. So you get the FNSKU, what we call FNSKU, which are the barcodes. You print those and you paste them onto each product. Then step number three, you get the shipping label barcodes, which are larger barcodes, which you stick on the side of each and every shipping box. Remember, we said in the beginning in our example, you have two shipping boxes, so you should have two shipping labels, one for each box. This is technically where you are done. The other part of the process is deciding how to send the products over to the Amazon warehouse. Depending on your location, if you live in the UAE, if you live in certain jurisdictions in the UAE, such as Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, you will be able to ask from Amazon ATS partners, which are the delivery couriers of Amazon, to come and pick up the products and deliver them straight away to the warehouse. If you do not live in those three locations and your address does not accept partners, then you would need to either arrange a third party to deliver the products over to Amazon, or you can deliver them yourself. Of course, you need to take a prior appointment and deliver them onto that appointment. Three-step process plus appointment, very easy. You can do it. So that was Athira's question. Hello to Eric from Mexico, and Athira is also joining us right here from Dubai. Eric was asking a question. Guys, keep adding your questions. Come on, I need to have a lot of questions. So Eric was asking, we would like to know if we need to create a company in Saudi Arabia to sell in these countries. So Eric, first of all, is from Mexico. Eric, you can utilize your US LLC or your Mexican, I'm not sure if it's LLC also in Mexico. You can utilize that to sell on Amazon in Saudi Arabia. Registering a company in Saudi Arabia for non-nationals, for non-Saudi Arabians, is quite difficult and very expensive. So normally it's not done for Amazon sellers. Alternatively, you can register your company. The other option, so option number one would be to use your Mexican LLC or US LLC. Option number two would be to register a company in the UAE, which is quite easy, quite simple. And if you heard me in the beginning, I said you can do it online. You don't need to come here to the UAE, and then utilize that company to sell on Amazon KSA, because it's also acceptable. And the other opportunity that opens up to you is that you can use that same LLC to sell on Amazon right here in the UAE as well. So let me know, Eric, if that's clear. If not, please write a follow-up question. Okay, Athira, that's the same question. Again, I already answered it. How to do LLC registration in the UAE? The name is Amazon Seller. Well, hello. To register an LLC in the UAE, of course, there's far better people to talk to you about this than myself. Just simply Google register a company in the UAE and you'll find hundreds, well, not hundreds, but you'll find a lot of companies that can help and support you with that, both the free zones themselves or companies that provide that service. If you want to know who we're partnered with as Amazon Sellers Society, just go to our website and you'll find our partners right there, and you can contact them and get more information. Kira, hi, how can I sell grocery in Amazon FBA in UAE? Kira, in order to be eligible to sell in the grocery category, you need to ungate that category. In order to ungate that category, you need somebody like the Amazon Sellers Society to provide you that, to do that on your behalf. So you need to have two types. You need to have a business license. It's not always acceptable nowadays to have just an e-commerce business license. You need to have a general trading license to be eligible to sell in the grocery category. Plus, you need to have some sort of documentation that showcase that the product that you are about to sell is eligible to be imported into the UAE. It can either be an ISO certificate or maybe a product registration certificate from the Dubai municipality. You have those two documentation, reach out to us. We're happy to help and support you with opening that, because we'll open a case with Amazon on your behalf. Currently, that's the only option for sellers in the UAE. Violet Grace is watching us from the US. I already said hi, Violet. Senhin is asking, I'm new to Amazon. I need to know how to choose, I'm guessing, my first product. Also, is it needed to get trade license, or can we? I'm not sure, Senhin, if you were watching from the very beginning, but yes, you do need to have a business license to sell currently on Amazon UAE. To get UPC barcodes, you could just simply buy them from GS1. Or to answer someone else's question, in a second, I'll tell you what the other option. So option number one would be to purchase them. Option number two, I'll tell you what the other option in a few minutes to answer Carla's question. So how to find a product maybe, or how to list my first product. I'm not really sure what you mean by the first part of your question. Can you just repeat it so I answer what you are looking for? Okay. Master Piano David, can you please tell, is Amazon FBA worth for startups? Maybe you just say so, your really profits roughly. That could be a motivation to do selling, because there are a lot of people telling we cannot earn much in Amazon. So we are one of Amazon's service providers. We currently operate a portfolio of around 300 sellers. So we manage 300 sellers roughly, and we onboard around 20 to 30 sellers every single month, which we help and support. So maybe I wouldn't be the ideal person to tell you what our sales is on Amazon, because it is quite high. And it's not normally logical to ask someone in any business after they've been operating for such a long time what they are doing, and then you think that you're going to be able to do the same when you get started. Like if I want to open, for example, a fast food restaurant, I wouldn't think, oh, how much is McDonald's making per year, and then think, yeah, I can do the same. Because obviously I cannot be McDonald's or whatever fast food you want. Don't eat fast food, it's not good for you. But I can't be that person at that level when I get started. So Amazon is a very simple business. It's demand and sales. It's as simple as that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with the trade. I believe the only mistake that some sellers make is that they don't select the right products. And if they don't select the right products with the right demand, they maybe launch products that are highly competitive, which makes them have to sell them at a very low price, and then they don't end up making a lot of money. Also, another mistake, so that would be the first mistake. I think the second mistake that we see a lot is that sellers don't grow quickly. So, for example, they launch only one product and then they rely only on that product. Maybe that would work for larger marketplaces like the US, but it certainly doesn't work on marketplaces like the UAE. Maybe I would consider another business. Maybe that's not, maybe Amazon and the way that it operates might not be the right business for you. Maybe consider something else. There's a lot of businesses that you can launch. Carla, hello. So Carla, hi, I just want a clarification about adding an existing product with no barcodes, since I heard before every item needs a UPC barcode. So Carla, I wanted to answer your question because I saw it. If you do not have a UPC barcode, that's very simple. You can do what is known as a GTIN exemption. So you can easily list the product and tell Amazon, I do not have a barcode. then Amazon will allow you to list the product without a barcode and without needing to have a barcode. This is an option that you can use as a seller. So worry not if you don't have barcodes. You shouldn't be worrying about it. You or Sinhin, that is the other option for you, Sinhin. Perfect. Everyone, everything is clear. All is good. You can hear me well. Yes. Let's go back to the questions. So a question from Kamer Service Pro. Hello, ma'am. Hello. I wish to ask, what are the monthly maintenance charges for an Amazon FBA account? Maintenance charges, can you let me know in which marketplace you are talking about? Are you talking about here in the UAE or in another marketplace? That would help me answer your question a little bit better. Athira, follow-up question. Oh, it's the same question. I already answered it, Athira. Okay. Ahbab al-Mustafa, which tool I can use in KSA to get data like Helium-10? One of my favorite tools for you to use for both UAE and Saudi Arabia is known as AMZ Scout. SCOUT. AMZ Scout. Great tool. Let me type it for you in the chat box right now. And it's a great tool. We have a full video tutorial about it. And it's a really good option for the time being if you do not have access to Helium-10, since Helium-10 is not operating in the KSA market. I am Healthy Sleep Sound. Wow, that sounds really good. I am from KSA. How much budget is needed to start for PL in KSA or UAE? That's a really, really good question. I would suggest for a simple launch where you're launching a small quantity of products to test them out on Amazon. We call that test launch, which I would highly recommend that you do. For like 100 to 200 units, including, so sometimes we always think about the cost of the product, but there are other things attributed also to the product that you need to consider. You need to consider the fact that you really need to create amazing images for your listing and great marketing for the listing itself. That also has an additional cost to it. But I would say roughly for one product, for 100 or 200 units, you need to be very comfortable, you need about 5,000 to 6,000 dirhams. That would get you, or riyals if you want to sell in Saudi Arabia, that would get you the units shipped to Amazon. You are able to create a great listing and you're able to start the marketing process in the first month. That should cover you very well. Senheen, it's true, you can open an account, but Amazon in October started sending emails and messages to sellers, notifying them that individual accounts will no longer be acceptable. So it's just a matter of time that they close up all of the individual accounts. This is something that also happened in KSA. For anyone that is joining us from KSA and knows this, this happened also in KSA at the beginning of this year. So it is anticipated to also happen in UAE. So get ready and get your business license ready so that you don't have any issues. Healthy Sleep Sound, my other question is that creating LLC in the US and selling globally is better option than LLC in the UAE? Not really, because from a tax perspective, having a company in the UAE would be much better off, because if you are operating an LLC in the US, even if you don't live in the US, you still have to pay taxes because the company is generating revenue or generating sales and profits. So if you have the option of operating from a UAE company, it's much better tax-wise, it's much more friendly. But, you know, a US LLC also has its benefits. Ali Ifi, can we protect our listing in the UAE if we have UK trademark with brand registry on Amazon and we have our logo and little bit customization on the product? No. Unfortunately, you cannot protect it 100%. Listen, we suggest trademarking in the UK all the time because it's not expensive and it's much faster than trademarking in the UAE. However, no, a trademark in the UK will not protect the listing no matter what you do, because once you reach out to Amazon, they will ask you for a local trademark in the UAE, and if you don't have one, they cannot help you at all. So it's a positive thing because the trademark will give you everything that you need, from A+ content to the ability to add video, but no, it will not protect your listing 100%. Very simple, Ali. The same exact details that you used in order to open an Amazon seller account in the UAE, use those details and go to Amazon KSA and open an account. So register a new account in KSA and just use the same details that you use in the UAE, and then you'll have two accounts because they need to operate as two independent markets. Oh, Athira, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Eric, if you have a company in the UAE, then use your UAE company. That's very simple. Use your UAE company and register on Amazon in Saudi Arabia. Do not, there's no need to register a Saudi Arabia company. Of course, you would need to also get a fiscal representative. A fiscal representative means like a financial representative that can help you register with zakat to get yourself a tax number, and then you'll be able to add that tax number into your KSA account, and you'll also be able to file for VAT every 3 months, very much similar to the way that we file for VAT in the UAE. Now, number 2, or number, I don't know how many, Anuse Ajay, hello. Once the product categorization is done, how to access the product from? Do you mean once the product is listed, Anuse? Is Anusre? Do you mean once the product is listed on Amazon? If that's your question, then you just go into your inventory in Amazon Seller Central. Pilar, hi Pilar. Possible to send FBA from China or any country supplier? For that, I need to get any license. Yes, of course, it's possible. Most sellers operate this way. They want to send their products over from their manufacturer, no matter where the manufacturer is, over directly to the Amazon warehouse. So I'm assuming, Pilar, you're talking about Amazon in the UAE. Let's say you are talking about Amazon in the UAE. Let's answer the question. The question or the answer is going to be divided into just 2 simple steps. Step number 1, you would work with a shipping company in the UAE or in China, it doesn't matter, a shipping company that provides you something known as IOR, or importer of record. Basically, the shipping company will import on their record, and they will charge you one flat fee, which includes shipping, customs clearance, duties, VAT, and last mile delivery. So the final destination of the product is going to be Amazon FBA. Second step of the process is you need to create a shipping plan. Once you create a shipping plan, obviously you put your address is in China, you put all of those details, you send all of the labels and all of the barcodes to your manufacturer, where they're going to stick all of those barcodes on the products, and then your shipping company should be able to take it from there. Normally, shipping companies have partnerships with courier companies here. So once the product arrives to the UAE, a courier company will deliver it for you over to Amazon warehouse in the UAE. 2 steps, don't forget, very simple. Salim. Yes, exactly, Salim. Like, I believe I already answered it before. You have an account right now, but Amazon is notifying sellers that in the future, I don't know when the future might be, it might be tomorrow, but Amazon started back in October 2024 notifying sellers that they will soon require to have a business license. So you need to get that ready. Okay, I already saw this question. V, can we use UAE company to sell in Europe market? Certainly you can. You can use the UAE company to sell anywhere, which is wonderful because it means no income tax and corporate tax is just 9%. The easiest way, Violet, would be to do a test listing. You can obviously do a deep dive and try to read Amazon's terms of service. But if you don't have time, the easiest way would be do a test listing. So try to list the product on Amazon and complete all of the steps and see what comes up. So if Amazon says to a certain point or after a while, no, you're not eligible because you need X, Y, and Z certificates, then you already know. If from the very beginning you're not able to even list the product, then you will already know. So it's very important to know. Ahmed, go ahead, Ahmed. No issues whatsoever. Oh, very good question from Athira. Going back to how barcodes need to be on the product. So this is a one-step process, very easy for you to remember. Think about how the product is going to arrive to the customer. Forget about Amazon for a while. So if I have a huge barcode stuck onto a lipstick, this is exactly how it's going to arrive to the customer, and the customer is going to think there's something weird with this product. So remember, how the product is going to arrive to the customer is the same way of how you want to send it to Amazon. So if you're sending, for example, a lipstick with no outer coverage, no plastic bag, no wrapping, just like a lipstick itself, it's not going to be good for it to arrive. Yes, Amazon will put it in Amazon packaging, but it's also not nice to arrive. So think about how will the product arrive to the customer. Quite simply, the size of the barcode doesn't matter as long as it's scannable. Basically, it needs to be a logical size, and you can stick it anywhere on the product as long as the Amazon team can easily scan it, and as long as it looks nice to the end customer that's going to receive it. So Kamer is saying, Kamer Service Pro, what are the products to sell as an individual? It doesn't matter. Right now, as we've said before, individuals are, no longer any more acceptable. So we need to start working and operating as companies. But it doesn't matter whether you're an individual or not. You can sell anything as long as you know that it has demand and you're able to make some sort of differentiation in order to compete. Safe. Which market is more waste and can give good sales, UAE or Saudi comparatively? Both markets are fantastic. It's not about the market. It's about you as a seller. So I think maybe you're at a very early stage in your journey, Safe. I think you need to learn a little bit more about selecting the right product prior to selecting the right market. How do you source the right product? That's a really, really great question. Well, for us internally as a company, we have our own sourcing team. But for you, you should keep watching our videos because we've got great videos coming out soon about how you can source products directly from China correctly. Can I get on Amazon? Base mobile. Can I get on Amazon from Iraq? No, you cannot. Iraq is not an approved country to sell on Amazon. Okay, I've already answered that. Yes, Helium 10 has been operating in the UAE market, P, since 2 years. So it's fully operational and you can use it. It's absolutely wonderful. How can I use Amazon Partner Shipping Service if I'm shipping directly from China? You cannot use Amazon Partner Shipping Service unless you're shipping in the same country. So Amazon Partner Shipping Service is more of a courier system. So if your products are with you here in Dubai, which you don't live here in Dubai, Violet, sorry, then you can ship them. But Amazon Partner Shipping Service is just a local service. You will need to do DDP shipping in order to deliver them from China or from any other country. Okay, get your questions in because we're going to finish soon. If you are registered as a brand in India but want to sell in the UAE as an individual, would importing them be an issue for customs clearance? I'm not going to talk about the individual part because I've said it over and over again. Would be importing a product depending on the product. So 2 things to think about. Depending on the product, if your product requires compliance, for example, if you're selling supplements, cosmetics, beauty products, those require compliance. Those products need to be registered with the Dubai municipality, with the government, so that you are eligible to import them into the UAE. Then Customs clearance is an issue because you're going to have to register your own business in the UAE, and you're going to have to do your product registration, and you're going to have to do your customs clearance yourself. If it's a simple product, then like I explained to the previous person that asks the question, you can just do importer of record. You can ask your shipping company to do import of record, and they can clear your products on their behalf. On your behalf, they can clear your products. Adi Amu, what are the procedures for packing if I'm doing FBM in UAE? What are the specifications of packing the items for delivery? There are no specific specifications, Adi. The easiest thing would be to communicate with Amazon seller support and ask for the Amazon packaging so that you can have that. But basically, you are eligible to send the products in general standard packaging, not in your own private packaging, like a bag with your logo on it or stuff like that. Remember, you are selling on Amazon. So it's either Amazon's packaging or just a plain brown box. Make sure that the product is packaged well. At the end of the day, you want it to arrive to the customer in good format. Just like when you order a product on Amazon, normally the product either comes in a bag or in a box, and it normally has some sort of dunnage, like the air pocket or bubble, or the bubbles, air bubbles, something to keep it safe so that nothing happens to it. Hassan, I have a US LLC, and as I know, I have to register VAT in UAE for foreign business to send products to UAE. Not to send products, but to sell products is the right question. Yeah, it's easier to work with a shipping company that can do IOR for you, Hassan. It would be the easiest so that you don't have to work with a customs broker or anything like that. And you need just to clarify, you don't need a VAT to import products. You need VAT because you need to be compliant with the governmental laws so that you can sell on Amazon. So that's what the VAT is for. Could you recommend a company that can receive my products and ship them to Amazon in noon during the periods when I will not be in Dubai? Additionally, I need them to handle returns. Of course I can. Make sure that you reach out to us on our support email. You'll find it on our website. You should find our website. You should, if you type in Google Amazon Sellers Society, you'll find our website. You'll find all of that. If you just send us a support email, we'll send you the companies that we recommend. Alternatively, you can find everything on our website for the companies that we recommend. And there are 2 companies that are great that can do all of this for you in the UAE while you are anywhere. They can also do them for you if you are not here as well, because sometimes you just want somebody to help you with these things because they can help you grow your business better. Kidus Marketing. I have personal account in KSA. Do I need a license? Yes, you will need a license soon, certainly. Zayed, I don't understand your question, unfortunately. Carla, again, when selling in a trade account on Amazon UAE, what is the total sales start paying VAT? Technically, it's 187,000 dirhams, or no, sorry, it's 375,000 dirhams. The mandatory to register for VAT a long time ago was 185. It's 375,000 to file VAT, but you need to register for VAT as the new laws and regulations in the UAE. We need to, each and every company needs to have their VAT and their tax number already registered. Whether you do pay the VAT or not, that's something completely different, but you need to get yourself a tax number, Carla, no matter what. Ridwan, hi Ridwan, I am from Algeria. How can I sell on Amazon Europe? Wrong channel. Ridwan, here we talk about only Amazon in the Middle East. I cannot help and support you a lot on Amazon in Europe. Let me go down to the final question before I let you all go and have a lovely evening. V, any recommendation for affordable warehouse to keep stock in Dubai? 2 answers for this. Answer number 1, like I told Eric, you can reach out to us. we'll be happy to give you the partners that we partner with, and we would love to recommend those partners for you. Option number 2, you can get yourself, which is the cheapest and most affordable option, would not be a warehouse, but would be a storage room. There are a lot of places in the UAE that can provide you a storage room. You can utilize that storage room to store your products, and then, but nobody is there to do the fulfillment or do any other service for you. So you're literally just renting a room where you can put your products, and you can grow the room as much as possible, because those are the storage places. Also happy to give you guidance on that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pilar. Thank you, V. Thank you so much for attending. And for those of you that are watching the replay, thank you so much. Leave me your comments and questions in the comments section below. Happy to answer your questions in next month, 2025 Q&A session. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you.